Hey guys, it's Joy here, and it is time for a productivity overhaul. Today we're talking about ways to stay more productive at work and outside of work, and I have tons of tips, so we're gonna hop right in. So let's start off with being more productive at work, because I think this is something that, a lot of us might have struggled with because we might be working from home or working a hybrid schedule, or you might just not be productive working in an office environment. Either way, these are my tips that are gonna get me through the year, so I hope they help you. My first tip is to make sure you have a place that is specific for work-specific tasks. So whether this is a notebook that you keep for keeping your work-specific tasks in a checklist, or using an app like the Task app on Gmail to keep track of all your tasks, you need a separate place that's not mixed up with all your personal to-dos to keep track of your work things. The Tasks app on Gmail is really helpful because you can actually add emails directly to the Tasks app. Maybe things you want to refer back to or emails you need to respond to, you can add them as tasks right in Gmail. My second tip for work productivity is actually using canned email replies. So these are email replies that you can save within your Gmail. So whenever someone sends you an email with a frequently asked question, you don't have to type out the same answer over and over again. For example, someone might ask you, if you're a social media manager, you might get a lot of emails from people around the company on how to submit a post to your social channels. And usually your response is probably the same because there's probably a process already in place to do it. So you can make a canned email and save your reply so that every time someone asks you that, all you have to do is click on your saved reply versus typing it all over again. My third productivity for work is using AI to help you get things done more effectively. And so you can use AI for things like writing emails. You can use AI for things like helping you edit or revise something you've already written in a doc and making it more polished. And there's so many different tools that are coming up across softwares. And you can use things like Canva that have AI tools to help you be more productive if you're that social media manager or you're in marketing and you need to be more creative. If your job has specific policies about using AI, obviously follow those, but these are things that I work in tech, so I am able to use in my job. My last tip for staying more productive at work is making sure you have a doc for your meeting notes. Whether you have one doc where you keep all the notes for all your meetings, or you have a doc for specific people like you and your manager or you and your teammates, make sure that it stays organized, that it's saved in the cloud, and that you are taking detailed notes so you can refer back to it. This is so important because sometimes your manager will ask you about something that happened a month ago, and if you have all your meeting notes saved, you can go back and refer to it. You can also use these docs as shared workspaces for you and the person you're meeting with to make agendas, to set action items, and all that jazz. Now let's transition to my tips for staying productive outside of work in your personal life. So my first tip is to time block the time you have outside of work. So if you work a typical schedule of 9 to 5 and you have things you need to get done outside that time, you can actually use your calendar, whether you use Google Calendar or Apple Calendar, and make 30-minute or hour time slots for things that you have to get done. So for example, if you know you have to walk your dog every day before work, you can make a small 15-minute time slot before you start work and have walk the dog. Or if there are less obvious things that you need to get done, like go to a fitness class or you have an appointment, you can add those in as well. Ideally, you would have every hour of the day blocked off, including your sleep time, so that you can get reminders throughout the day and you don't forget to do something. My next tip for personal productivity is meal planning, and this is different than meal prep because it is dedicated time, possibly on Sunday or before you go to the grocery store, where you decide what meals you're gonna eat and which day. I like to do this mainly for dinners and lunch because I eat the same thing for breakfast mainly every day. And this is where I actually go on Pinterest, go on TikTok, and actually go in my physical cookbook that I have, and I decide what meals I'm gonna make for that week, and I note down any ingredients that I don't have. Once you have a meal plan, I use this notepad on Amazon that actually is a magnetic fridge notebook, and it literally has each day of the week and a grocery list, and I'll have it linked down below so you can check it out. But I literally meal plan on this every week, and then I take the grocery list to the grocery store. My last productivity tip is for people who have such busy lives and they barely have time to run errands, and that is leaning on delivery services to get things done and stay more productive. So for example, if I have a super busy day but I know that I need to have healthy groceries at home, or I'm just gonna order DoorDash, I will use Instacart to order my groceries while I'm getting work done. So it saves me time because I can still get work done while someone's shopping for my groceries. And I know that Instacart sometimes can raise the prices on groceries, but for me it saves money because instead of ordering DoorDash, I'll have groceries at home. There are also other cool delivery services that you can use. For example, within DoorDash and Uber, you can do a package delivery. So you have to return a package to UPS or the post office. You can do that within the app. There are so many different things that you can order now. So I'm someone who doesn't have a vehicle, so these are super vital to me. But even if you have a car and you just need to save time, I recommend using these services so you don't get super stressed out.